Help me welcome Toastmaster Ibrahim.
A 1,000 years ago, there wasn't enough facilities. So Ibn Khaldun, this gentleman we're talking about, was very limited in terms of technology. Ibn Khaldun at that time didn't have a Toastmaster club either. So he was very limited. Even, he couldn't write an email, he couldn't even translate the books. So the only tool he had is just to write down, manually on a paper and ink, his knowledge. So that was excellent at that time. But we moved, since that time, from now until then, so many generations moved on. So there was about 1,000 years, so many generations, and the knowledge is trust. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, a very pleasant evening to each one of you.
Good evening.
My name is Ibrahim, and I'm going to present the 8th project of the Competent Communicator book. And tonight, my presentation is going to be about the knowledge management. So it's a revolution for what is knowledge management. Knowledge-based, in the past, we used money, assets, and land is the source of wealth. This is how the only way to build wealth. But nowadays, a new terminology came to the surface. It's called knowledge economy. So what is knowledge economy? So is really knowledge? Can people capitalize on knowledge? This is what we are going to learn in this presentation. From knowledge economy, there came another terminology. It's called knowledge cities. So we hear about knowledge cities. It's basically authorities, cities, people, entities, companies, they all interact together to create what is called knowledge city. But is this knowledge city is enough for us to create wealth and management? I don't need scientists to develop another thing. It's called knowledge management. So what is knowledge management? This is the cornerstone of our presentation for today. Knowledge management is how you take knowledge and you manage it. But how would you manage it? Well, definitely there is a life cycle for management. So the integration between organizations, people, network, this is how you manage the knowledge. And this is not the end of the presentation. Actually, the scientists led us to develop this more into something called knowledge drivers. So what is the knowledge drivers? Knowledge driver is what encapsulates the life cycle of the creation, mobilization, and also treatment of the knowledge. So there is a life cycle. Knowledge starts very simple, then it gets matured, but after its maturity, they sold another country, and these countries, they diffuse the knowledge. So these are the cycles of the knowledge. In a very simple terminology, from an end-to-end process, there is a start and a beginning for this knowledge management. So how do we start this? This knowledge management and these entities, the attributes, the consequences, the values, they can be treated as entities. And these entities, they can interact with each other to create us the creation of the knowledge, the mobilization of knowledge, and the diffusion of knowledge. So with this life cycle of the whole thing, it creates knowledge pools. So knowledge gets accumulated. So this is how wealth is created. It's not only that. So what we hear about is knowledge management, knowledge management. Now, I would like to take this moment and ask you, genuinely, what do you think of this? Is this a beautiful woman that you're going to expect to see in a moment? Is this what you think? Tell me the truth, it's okay.
We are hoping so.
The kid's toy. They put it in his bed.
All right, thank you very much, but I hate to disappoint you. It's actually about the network. So it's not about me, okay? Because we promised in this club, as one of the golden rule, not to speak about politics, women, or sex, or whatever. Okay? So I'm adhering to the policies here. There is a well-known phenomena in management. It's called knowledge sharing. or knowledge transfer. But what does it mean? Unfortunately, when people come to an organization, they come with a certain level of knowledge, and with the time, they capitalize on it, they become very expert in their field, and unfortunately, they leave the organization. So they create the knowledge. Once they move, they take their knowledge away with them, and this is really dangerous. And for me, as a logical thing, I'm not going to give my knowledge to anyone. It took me years to build it. It took me years to earn it. That's why I want to capitalize on it. So logically, I'm not going to give it to you for free. So what companies do to maintain this kind of knowledge? It's not only maintaining, but developing this knowledge and also sharing this knowledge. So they put these networks between corporate and competitors. So we have something called, LinkedIn, for example, or Facebook. I can link with any industry I want. I can post any question I want. But I get the answer also not from the corporate or from the social network, but also from competitors. It's just to show how elegant I am, how advanced I am, and I can spread my wings over you. This is part of the promotion for people's skills. Not only that, that's okay by me, but the bottom line of this is knowledge sharing. So you start by creation the knowledge. And now how you need to mobilize and mature this, and other people go and respond to these knowledges. And this is how the knowledge diffused. So people can understand, because when you read my answer, it's written normally in Arabic or in English, but for a German gentleman, he might perceive my information and process my information differently. So this is what it's called, knowledge diffusion. And with this item, ladies and gentlemen, I come to conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much people on YouTube for watching this session. Thank you very much.